Alright guys, welcome back to another Zenless Zone 0 update video. In today's video, we have some new info and updates. We now have even more changes for the 1.4 banner characters. So for this video, I'm gonna go over all the new changes for both Miyabi and Harumasa. Regarding the Miyabi changes, if you guys followed my latest Miyabi kit update video, which hasn't been that long, last week Miyabi received a lot of nerfs. So hopefully, with these new changes, she can look much better. And aside from the kit details, we also have more. We have a new update on Harumasa's signature weapon as well. So we will cover everything new in this video. And if you guys need to top up on polychromes, check out this website called LD Shop. LD Shop starts you off with a 10% discount compared to the in-game purchases in Zenless Zone 0. And here is how I got a Internet membership for only $463 instead of the in-game price of nearly $5. And it's pretty simple guys, all you need to do is enter your UID and server, you go confirm the order, and then you proceed to the checkout. And as you can see, in a short amount of time, my order got completed. And now, if I go check in my game, I got my new Internet membership active. LD Shop is pretty much safe and reliable. On top of that, they currently have a bonus for newly registered users. If you use my link below, you will get an exclusive 5% off coupon, which can get you 10% off and save you up to $50. And the first top up is also included, so you don't have to worry about that. And I even got the option to do a lucky spin event after my order, and I won some gold to save even more on my next purchase. And you can even spend $80 to gain VIP status. With the VIP status, you can claim a free Internet memberships and a bunch of weekly and monthly coupons. Check out the link in the description or pinned comment down below to save with LD Shop. Alright, and real quick before we start, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want more update videos like this one. We should be getting a few more changes before the official release of the 1.4 banners, and I will have you guys covered on the channel. But alright, starting off with the kit for Miyabi. The new Miyabi changes, we have a few multipliers and changes to her mindscape to look at. So this is the Miyabi changes 1.4.6. The first thing we have here is changes to her EX special. It got a new name. Before it was called Fubuki, now it's called Hisetsu. And then next up we have changes to her dash attack, Fuyubachi. So the damage multiplier went from 31.5% to 49.8%. The days multiplier from 12.3% to 18.9%. The energy gain 0.27 to 0.421. And the decibel gain from 2.0 to 3.2. So they pretty much buffed everything about her dash attack. All the multipliers went up. So this is nice to see, a good change from the last video. Next up we have her chain attack. So her chain attack has a part 1 and a part 2, which both received some changes. We got the part 1 and part 2 of her chain attack. The damage multiplier went from 335.7% to now 360.4%. The days multiplier went from 64 to 82.7%. The decibel gain from 65.8 to 69. And the anomaly buildup from 99.8, which is now 111. So the part 1 and part 2 of her chain attack got buffed. Now we can take a look at the third part of the chain attack. So this got buffed as well. The damage multiplier went from 447.3% to 480.2. The days multiplier went from 85.7% to 110.6%. Decibel gain 87.8 to 92. And the anomaly buildup 133 up to now 148. So her multipliers got buffed for the chain attack and dash attack, but this still leaves a lot of nerfs to her basic attack. I was hoping they would fix this, but the beta isn't over. They could do some more tweaks later on. Now moving on to the M2 and the M4 for Miyabi. So the M2 is now damage dealt by basic attack. The Kazahana and the dodge counter is increased by 30%. And the M4, a new name called Rupture. The damage dealt by Frostburn. Break increased by 50% to 30%. So these are all the Miyabi changes that we have for this video. Just a few changes, her dash attack, chain attack, the M2 and M4 got a few buffs. We will see if they change anything about Miyabi later on. I will keep you guys updated on that. But now we can move on to the changes at Harumasa. So for Harumasa's kit, they did a lot more changes as well. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so I pulled up the kit here. These are the Harumasa changes 1.4.6. Now the first change we have is traps are now triggered in the order furthest to closest rather than oldest to newest. So the traps that Harumasa drops on the ground will trigger differently now from the furthest to the closest. Now we have changes to his basic attack. All his basic attacks will now have distance attenuation except traps. And the basic attack 2, the decibel gain went from 7.7 to 11, and the decibel gain for the basic attack number 3 went from 14.1 to 16.5. The basic attack 4 went from 18 to 22, and the decibel gain for the 5th basic attack went from 25.8 to 28.8. So a little buffs on the decibel gain on overall for his basic attacks. And the trap damage multiplier went from 36.7% up to 72.7%, so the trap will do a lot more. His special attack now has distance attenuation decibel gain from 29 to 14. And then here we have the changes to EX special attack damage multiplier. Went from 820. Now this got nerfed by a lot of damage. Went from 583.3%. So we just went over the changes on his special attack and the EX special attack. Next up we have is the enhanced dash attack, which is a good part of his kit. If you guys don't know, his core gives him a lot of crit rate for this enhanced dash attack, which gives him a lot more damage. So this is all the new multipliers on this dash attack. We have the new damage multiplier, which is now 360, a little less than the 583%. So the damage got nerfed. Then we have the daze multiplier, receiving another nerf, went from 208 to 96%. The decibel gain from 8.2 to 16, the decibel gain got buffed. That is the enhanced dash attack part 1. Now we have the enhanced dash attack 2. The new damage multiplier is now 310%. The daze multiplier now 66%. Decibel gain from 5.7 to 11. And then the enhanced dash attack number 3. The new multiplier is 320% for the damage. The daze 72.5%, and the decibel gain 12%. So overall, the damage and the daze got nerfed for his enhanced dash attack, but the decibel gain got buffed. And then right underneath here, we have changes to his chain attack damage multiplier from 951% to 713.6%. And then here is the ultimate changes. No longer grants B5, basic attack 5, 6 traps after use. Alright, so the core passive, his core passive got a few changes. Sharpness can be stacked up to 6 times, lasting for 5 seconds. Each stack of sharpness increased the crit damage of enhanced dash attack by 16%. Before it was 16, now it's 10%. So a small change on his core passive here with less crit damage, 6% less. And here is the new changes for the Mindscapes. Now the Mindscape 2 and Mindscape 4 changes are quite long, so I will just put it up for you guys if you guys want to read it over. The Mindscape change a lot, so I'm expecting these to change again. I'll put it up if you guys are interested. This is the Mindscape 2 and the Mindscape 4. You guys can read it over. I really want to cover the new changes on Harumasa's signature and then wrap up the video to not make this too long. So Harumasa's signature, the new version is here. It's called Crippled Heart. It increases the crit rate by 10% to a maximum of 16% if you get all the duplicates. And now for the effect, dash attack boosts the electric elemental damage by 40% up to 64%, so it's 6% different for each dupe. And then when any ally inflicts an anomaly on an enemy or causes daze, the wielder's crit rate is further increased by 10%, and it moves up by 1.5% for each duplicate. And the timer, before it was 12 for 12 seconds, now it's 15 seconds. So it seems the only change here is the last effect, the crit rate effect. The 10% crit rate instead of 12 seconds, it's 15 seconds. So a little more crit rate overall. But yeah, guys, these are all the new Harumasa and Miyabi kit changes. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. More videos are on the way. If we get any more news, I got you guys covered on the channel. But that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.